Once upon a time, in a small coastal town by the Atlantic, there lived a fisherman named William. He wasn't wealthy. His boat was small, patched many times over, and his house stood humbly at the edge of the village. But William had one treasure that everyone admired, his fishing net. It wasn't just any net. William had woven it himself over many years, knot by knot, repairing it with patience and love whenever it tore. It was strong, reliable, and always brought him good catches from the sea. Merchants from faraway towns often came to see this famous net. They offered William piles of silver, even gold, in exchange for it, but he always refused. "This net is not for sale," William would say with a gentle smile. "It is not just a tool. It feeds me. It keeps me company. It is part of who I am, like family." The townspeople shook their heads at him. "You are a fool, William," they said. "You could sell that net, buy a grand boat, hire helpers, and live in comfort. Why cling to an old thing when money could make your life easy?" But William never wavered. "Money can buy many things," he replied, "but not peace. I am content with the way I live." One stormy morning, William returned from the sea with sorrow in his eyes. The waves had been fierce, and his beloved net had been torn apart on the rocks. Half of it was gone, swallowed by the sea. When the townspeople heard the news, they hurried to his home. "What terrible luck!" they cried. "If you had sold the net earlier, you would be rich now. Instead, you are left with nothing." But William only said softly, "Maybe it is bad. Maybe it is not. Who can know?" The villagers muttered among themselves. They thought William was simply trying to hide his sadness. A week later, William cast what little remained of his broken net into shallow waters, hoping to catch just enough fish for supper. But instead of fish, the net dragged up something heavy, a barnacle-covered wooden chest. With great effort, William pried it open. Inside lay ancient gold coins and silver ornaments, washed ashore from a long-lost shipwreck. The townspeople were astonished. "Incredible!" they shouted. "What fortune! Your broken net has given you riches beyond imagination. You are the luckiest man alive." But William only smiled and said, "Maybe it is good. Maybe it is not. We shall see." With part of the treasure, William's son Daniel grew ambitious. "Father," he said, "let us build a bigger boat. With it, we can sail far into the deep sea, catch more fish, and trade with distant lands. We could be wealthy men." William cautioned him. "The sea is wide and dangerous, Daniel. Sometimes more is not better. Let us be patient." But Daniel was young and determined. Soon, with friends, he set out on the new boat. One afternoon, a sudden storm struck. The waves tossed the vessel like a toy, and though everyone survived, Daniel fell hard against the deck. His arm broke badly. He could no longer fish or sail for many months. The townspeople shook their heads. "What misfortune! First the net was lost, then the treasure made your son prideful, and now he suffers. Surely this is a curse." But William, sitting beside his son, said calmly, "Sometimes the path to wisdom passes through pain. We cannot see the whole picture yet." Not long after, dreadful news spread across the kingdom. Invaders had attacked the coast, and the king's soldiers demanded every able fisherman join the fight at sea. In every household, young men were taken away. Fathers wept, mothers wailed, and wives clung to their husbands. The sea that had once brought life now promised only death. Every strong young man in the town was conscripted, except Daniel. Because of his broken arm, he was left behind. The townspeople, stricken with grief, turned to William. "You were right all along," they whispered. "What seemed like misfortune saved your son's life. While our sons are taken into danger, yours remains safe." William looked out at the horizon where the sea met the sky. His voice was calm, almost like the tide itself. Life flows like the ocean. Waves rise and fall. Storms come and pass. What seems a curse today may be a blessing tomorrow. What seems fortune may carry hidden sorrow. All we can do is trust the journey and not judge too quickly. Life is always shifting between joy and sorrow, gain and loss. What looks like tragedy may be the beginning of a blessing, and what looks like fortune may carry hidden trials. William the fisherman never rushed to call something good or bad. He stayed calm, patient, and trusting of the bigger picture. The lesson is this: do not judge too quickly. What hurts you today may protect you tomorrow. What you lose may lead you to something greater. Stay patient, keep faith, and remember, everything happens for a reason.